All right. It says this Hangout on air is live. I love it. I love it. Okay, so this is my... All right. It says this Hangout on... Shh, there she goes talking again. All right, so I'm learning how to do this better than last time. It's my second official time. So I think I know where to look for the chats this time. Oui, Louis Pascal says hello from Paris to everybody. Is that the same Louis I know from the past? That is friggin' amazing. What a small world. I love how we stay connected after all this time. This is great. Okay, so I think this is not the piece, what I need to look at. And I think this is what I need to look at. Okay, fantastic. Good. All right. Well, this is our second weekly live chat on YouTube. I had so much fun last time. I was just gonna do it and say hi and say happy Black Friday just to be grateful for my wonderful community that I love so much. But then I got so much great feedback and so many of you enjoyed it, thank you, that I thought, okay, let's do it again. And I thought, let's do it again and again and again. So I want you to know this is going to be the last time that I do this complimentary free here on YouTube. I've discovered a way that we can meet every week in a really inexpensive way over on this platform called Patreon for $9, $9.99 a month. We can do this every single week together, and I can answer your questions every single week. So the link for that, stay with me now, don't go anywhere, but for next week when we come back, it won't be this link, it'll be this link. And that's allanapratt.com/join. And we'll be able to hang out really inexpensively, really safe, really connected. And I'll be able to answer your chat questions every single week. I think it's going to be phenomenal. So I wanted to let you know about that. So Louis Pascal says, yes, it's Louis, awesome. That's so great. I can't remember. How did we first meet? Luis, was it my Heart Splayed Wide Open program? Is that how we first met? But anyways, really great to hear from you. And also Ryan is here from Tallahassee, Florida. I love it. Welcome. So good to hear from you. And thank you for loving my energy. I literally, and maybe this sounds like wacko, but I really feel you guys and gals. Like when I'm just sitting around doing my own thing, it's cool. But when I feel you, and you ask questions, I swear I feel like this rush of energy of care and love and compassion and feistiness and truth and slap your ass and believe in you. And I have all this energy that comes through. It's for you, through me, but for you. So I think that's why I'm on the planet, is to be of loving, tender, badass support for you. So without further ado, I would love some questions so that I can be of greatest contribution to you. I've got 30 minutes because then I got another client. I have some kind of anonymous questions of people that have written in, and I'm happy to answer those as well. But I'd honestly love to answer anything live for you so that we can interact together right now. And Kim from Pennsylvania, good to be back. I'm glad to have you with us as well. So what would be great, because I can see the chat, ask a question. You only get so many words in these chats, so try to make it concise. A challenge, someplace you feel out of harmony, someplace you feel scared, angry, shameful, trepidatious, whatever it is. Let's work through some of that stuff so I can support you. And I see there's all sorts of wonderful people coming on. Oh, from Missouri, Scott is with us. Fantastic. David and other people. Great. Okay, so while you're writing down a question, I'm going to answer one of these. It's kind of a longer one, but this lady wrote in, and I'm going to answer her question. She maybe wanted to be anonymous or something like that. Oh, and David's asking, what do the masks represent? Okay, do you like the masks? Can you see the Christmas balls on the masks? Because I was really in the holiday spirit the other day. Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. Get everybody close their eyes. Okay, open their eyes. Okay, I know that's totally crazy, right? But these are all my Christmas balls. And the masks in actuality are from me and my mom traveling around the world. Like this one here, Japan, Africa. I think that one was Tanzania. I think that one was Kenya. So, and I don't know if you can even see more of them. Anyways, there's lots of them. Do you see them? They're from all around the world. And if we were to talk about the meaning of them, a lot of what I do with intimacy is taking off the masks, taking off who we think people want us to be in order to get love, taking off all like trying to get approval, giving away our power. So they're kind of symbolic of what we can let go of to just be our authentic selves. Because that's when we're the happiest. And that's when we attract our like partners, because we're not pretending we're somebody we're not, right? We're authentic. So thank you for asking about them. Yes, many are from Africa, indeed. Oh, and hello from Seattle. Good, good. I see your fingers. Is that what you said? There's my fingers. I don't know what you mean. So very good. Okay, so I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to answer her question while we get started here. She said, I recently discovered you on YouTube. Awesome. I'm trying to do some soul searching and get some marriage advice here. She's been married for 10 years. She has a 3-year-old. We've always been a very close couple, but after we had our son, my desire for sex went way down. Pretty normal when you're tired, overwhelmed, and you're being more mom than lover role. It's pretty normal. My husband, on the other hand, can't go more than 72 hours without sex. And I don't even like to pleasure myself anymore. And the only way I can actually get in the mood, excuse me, is to be drinking or looking at erotic pictures. And both of those situations aren't healthy. Well, in moderation, I don't see a problem with it, but I hear what you're saying. You know, here's the big line. I've fallen out of love with my husband, and I feel like I'm just going through the motions. Okay, that's meaning your heart is shutting down. Yeah, okay. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but not by choice. I was thankful to get to stay home when he was a baby, but now that he's 3, I need a job. I need interaction with adults. However, daycare costs make it impossible for me to go back to work, forcing me to stay home. Okay, one thing I want all of you to know, and especially you, my love, we always have choice. We always have choice. As soon as we give over our choice, we become victims. Our self-esteem goes down. Our heart closes. We disconnect from the divine. We disconnect from our intuition and our power. So I understand it might be challenging. I understand that we need to ask more questions. I understand that it might take some effort, some brainstorming, but you always have choice, okay? Let's keep going. I'm extremely jealous of my husband's ability to get up every day and go work with adults. I am 100% dependent on him because his job doesn't allow me to be able to work. Okay, so of course you're going to be jealous when you are being a victim that he can have something you can't have. You can have anything you friggin' want, okay? I understand that the job you're thinking of doesn't make more than daycare. What else is possible? What other jobs could you do, okay? Nobody's 100% dependent on anybody. Sorry, we are all conscious beings of choice. We can all create new experiences. Are we going to have to be brave? Mm-hmm. Think outside the box? Maybe. Ask for help? Maybe. But you are never, ever 100% dependent on anybody, ever. You are a resourceful, conscious being of choice. Okay? Let me finish off the rest of her question here. He gets really paranoid if I want to go out and do something with my girlfriends. He only wants to go out with me. Okay, well, that's where his growth opportunity is. That you are not just a stay-at-home, controlled woman who doesn't work and is only going to be what he wants. No, you're a queen. You're a mother. You're a being of great creativity. You have friends, and if you're getting cranky, he might be like, she's so cranky. I don't want her to go out if she's cranky. So maybe both of you aren't in a very healthy place right now about this, and it's kind of bringing out the worst in both of you. Jealousy on both behalves. Can you see how you're jealous and he's jealous? Okay. So that's the effect. The cause is what we need to really deal with. That's the most effective way to get through this kind of stuff. He doesn't have buddies that he does guy things with ever. And I don't want to go everywhere with him. So I'm stuck in a rut and I need some legitimate help to find out who I am and why I feel this way. Well, I think you pretty much know while you feel this way. You don't have adult stimulation. You're not earning your own money, so you're not able to make your own choices. You're feeling like a kept woman, dependent, jealous of him, and pissed. And in trouble if you go out with the girlfriends. That would make anybody feel pissed off. Okay, that's why you feel that way. So now the question becomes, what can I do differently to change this? What different point of view can I have? No, you're not a victim. Yes, you have choice. That's a big change in the point of view. How can you sit down with your husband and not blame or get defensive or justify or get jealous, but open your heart? these masks, put the masks down, put the walls down, open your heart and just, I'm sad. I'm losing myself. Something needs to change. What do you think is possible, right? If you need some help, then you can hire a counselor like myself and we can all sit down together on Zoom, for example. I don't know where you live. And we can have these honest conversations where there's no blame, no justification, just truth. And all you say to the other person is thank you, not, well, blah, blah, blah. All you do is just say thank you. It's the way we listen in a conscious way. It doesn't mean we agree. It just means we understand. We're willing to get the other person. When you start feeling gotten, heard, all of that spinning is going to end. But if you keep all that spinning, it's just going to get worse for both of you. I think it may be a great way for you to begin. I think it's chapter 5 of my book, my 4th book, 7 Steps to Manifest Your Beloved While Staying True to Yourself. I know you guys have already manifested yourself, but you're kind of out of relationship with yourself and the best in each other. You're kind of out of relationship with that. And so if you go to allanapratt.com/7 steps, the number 7 steps, that's chapter 1 for free. You can listen, you can read. If it's something you guys like, get the book. It's not very expensive. You can listen to the book, you can read the book, go through every chapter together. And in chapter 5, there's these practices to communicate in a way, they're called dyads. And it's a way you communicate by just saying thank you. Once you say what you need to say, the other person says thank you. Because you guys seem to be kind of combating each other with fears and jealousies and angers and he said, she said, we're not going to get anywhere. We need to get all that spinning quiet. We need to open the heart and we need to start looking for solutions because there are solutions, okay? But that would be where I would say to begin. All right. Thank you for that question. All right. Checking the time. We still have lots of time. Scott is there from Ontario. Love your work and your high energy. Thank you, Scott. And I just finished a call with a client from Toronto, outside of Toronto, who, when she first came to me, was single and didn't really, she liked her job, but she wasn't really sure how to make the living she wanted or whatever. And she did my Heart Splayed Wide Open home study program. And we worked together for some sessions. And her boyfriend moved in 2 months ago. And they're talking about having a baby. And she just started her own business with 2 other ladies, in business together. And she's thriving. So I'm so happy for her. And she is in your neck of the woods. And she's osteopath. I think that's the name. If you need an osteopath, you let me know and I'll connect you to, because she's amazing at what she does. She's just like a magical healer of the body. So cool. Susan says, feeling like I don't want to be with my husband any longer. I've shut down emotionally. I feel bad. I've told him all of this. I want it to work, but I feel lost. Okay, so kind of like a seesaw, kind of like a roller coaster. I've shut down, I've told him, but I want it to work, but I feel lost, kind of all over the place, right? So let's all do a little exercise right now. Shall we? I don't know if that's the best way to use our time, but I thought maybe it would be supportive for everybody. Because questions like, should I go back with my ex-fiance? I need way more information to tell you yes or no. I do have psychic capacities, but I mean, that's just, I don't want to just give you a fish. I want to teach you to fish. Right? I don't want you to be reliant on me. I want you to be empowered to live your best life yourself, right? So I need a little more information, and I don't really know why you feel shut down emotionally, back to Susan, but you feel like you don't want to be with him any longer. You've shut down emotionally. So let's you answer these questions and see if you can type back to me. So if you've shut down emotionally, do you feel safe? Do you feel seen? Do you feel heard? Do you feel understood? Do you feel taken for granted? Are you speaking your truth? Are you withholding? Are you saying yes when you mean no? Are you settling? Are you pretending? Are you wearing, we were talking about masks earlier. It takes 2. I know it's not fun to take responsibility. It's so much more fun to blame people. I know that, but let's be mature. Okay, so there will be some things that maybe he could improve on, and there's some things that you could improve on. Something's happened that has led to this. It's never one person, as fun as it is to blame them for everything. It never is. And when we can start to take responsibility, even if it's a little bit us and a lot them, that's still something. Take responsibility for where you could have done something different. And then there's this thing called a sandwich. What did you say? I want it to work. I want it to work. Middle of the sandwich. Can I be straight with you, love? I'm shutting down emotionally. And before it gets too far, I want us to do something about it. I want us to begin working with a counselor. I want us to begin having these dyads. Chapter 5 of this book that this lady Allana told me about. Could we go through those questions together? One question a night, maybe 30 minutes a night. Start to reconnect, start to be more emotionally available to ourselves and to each other. End of the sandwich. What do you think? What are your ideas? How are you feeling about the relationship? I care. I'm listening. I promise all I'll say is thank you. I won't justify or give reasons or shut down or walk out. I want this to work. That's an example of a sandwich of how we talk to people when we're triggered. We don't talk when we're freaking out and we're in fight or flight and we have no connection to the divine or our intuition. That's when we say stupid shit. That's when we hit below the belt. That's when we create, things that are hard to make up for the damage done. So in a calmer moment, you come together with a sandwich and you talk to him. If you need a counselor such as myself, allanapratt.com/connect is how you apply for a $97 really, really discounted session with me. We can get together. I can give you guys a plan. I have home study programs. I've got all sorts of wonderful materials for you guys to sit down, roll up your sleeves, and get back connected again. I always recommend do the work before you leave a relationship. Why? I'm not saying every relationship is supposed to work. Maybe your sacred contract is done. Totally possible. But if you don't do the work, guess who you're going to attract in your next relationship? Your ex-husband. Every time, but worse. Let me tell you, it gets worse. It doesn't get better. You don't just get the same, you get the worse because you didn't get the lesson, okay? So please be brave, be humble, be willing to do the work in this relationship, loosely, unattached to the best you can, whether it works out or it doesn't work out. But be willing to be kind to yourself and to each other and grow and evolve. Then if it doesn't work, you can just bless each other with kindness. It still would hurt. You still probably need a shot of tequila and a bag of chips in the bathtub and a good cry. But then you'll be through it and you will have raised your consciousness, your evolution, your vibration. So who you'll attract is a healthier relationship. But if you don't do that, don't kid yourself. You're just going to go attract somebody else. It'll be great in the beginning for that first 3 months of the crazy hormonal high, but then it's going to be the exact same relationship again, I promise you, but worse. Okay, Mickey says, I'm awesome. Thanks, that's really kind of you. The next person says, what kind of man would you consider to be an alpha male? Why? Why? A really masculine alpha man. Why? I need more, what's the point? Tell me why, because then I could answer the question in a way that would really serve you better. Super masculine men who want to be in charge, direct, lead, are alpha male. Beta male, omega male would be more like the supporter, the provider, protector, but not the leader as much. More like a cohesive for the partnership as opposed to more just for self. But not all alpha males don't care about their partners or their families. They're just really very leadership oriented. I hope that helps. Just checking the time to make sure because I have another client after. We have lots of time. What's the best way to get my family on a positive loop? I was going to say something like cornflakes or I don't know what you mean. A positive loop. So it sounds like your family's in a negative loop. They're focusing on the negative. These are simple little techniques that have always worked with my son, as annoying as his positive coach mother is probably at times. We do thank yous at night. And thank yous are, we go back and forth and each of us has to do like 5. So a total of 10. Thank you for, and then when he was really little, it was so sweet because he'd say, for the stars or for strawberries or Spider-Man. And now he's like, thank you for money. Thank you for like a fridge of food. Like whatever, but it's okay. We're still saying thank you for things. That focuses on gratitude and instantly lifts you into a positive mindset. That would be one suggestion I would have. Another suggestion with a positive loop, it's really easy. Like my last client, what was he saying? I can't remember, but something, he was always focusing on the negative. So like, how can I not be overwhelmed? Well, you just said the word overwhelmed. You're focusing on overwhelm. All the images come up about overwhelm. The emotions come up about overwhelm. And then you're trying to force something and change it and fix it. And you're focused on overwhelm. What would it take to be calm, clear, and centered? Oh my God, a totally different reality. More positive, right, Ryan? So it's like, what would it take for the family to be more positive, clear, and centered? So focus on when anybody's complaining, shift it to the positive. Okay, I hear that. I hear that you're overwhelmed. let's shift that. What would it take to be more centered together? Oh, just everything just, whew, the body changes, body sensation, the emotion, like literally a new doorway of quantum psychology. If there's like, and there is infinite realities out there all the time, already done, completely manifested. The reason we're not on it is because we're thinking and feeling and reminiscing about the old life track. To get on the new life track, you choose it. You're willing to have it. You be and speak and ask questions on that level, and that becomes your new reality. So it could be when families get into a negative loop, there's an elephant in the living room that hasn't been addressed, and you're trying to put sprinkles on top of the ice cream cone of shit. It's not working. It's still stinky. Maybe it's time that something really gets addressed that hasn't been addressed. Maybe really listen. Not to go, yeah. No, really listen, right? So that dyad that's in chapter 5 of my book, even though it's 7 steps to manifest your beloved, we are our own beloved. If we do not have a solid relationship with self, we have no hope in hell of having it with our beloved or with our children. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Those entitled kids that get away with everything were parents that didn't have healthy boundaries because they couldn't sit in the fire themselves and be able to say, I love you, and no, that's not going to work, right? They were like, I need your approval to be good enough. Okay, go. And then they became these entitled children that still live at home when they're 35. I'm exaggerating and making it like a blanket statement here, but you know what I'm trying to say. Our issues we give to our children, so we have to handle them ourselves, and then it trickles down in a positive way to our kids. I hope that helped, Ryan. Ryan said, bingo. Okay, good. So something was good. All right, good. David said, I don't consent, ma'am, but I do appreciate you. So I don't know what that's about, but I'm glad you appreciate me. Thank you so much. So can an introvert be alpha? Ah, that's an interesting question. Maybe passive aggressively. Alphas tend to be willing to speak up. Now, introvert and extrovert, in my knowledge, is the way we replenish, not necessarily how we be. So introverts replenish alone, extroverts replenish with people. So it could be that an alpha male talks a lot, directs a lot, but fills himself up alone. So an introvert in that sense, yeah, that's totally possible. Thomas says, this woman, she knows what she's talking about. Oh, me? Thanks, I think. Is that what you're saying? It doesn't help that she's beautiful. Aw, that's very kind of you. I did put on my special outfit for you. Thank you for acknowledging me. And thank you that I know my shit. Thank you. I have studied for almost 20 years now. I've probably invested over 180 grand over the past 20 years. Coaches, workshops, certifications. I just got certified as an accelerated evolution coach. I just got certified as an equilibration coach. Like, I never stop learning, and I'm super humble. Like, I have 2 coaches. So while I have a full coaching practice, and I've got home study programs, and I've got private coaching, and I've got books, and I've got all this stuff for you, I am not holier than thou. I am still a work in progress. I'm a hot mess sometimes, very masterful at what I do, but I'm a student, always a humble student. So I've got my coaches as well. And that makes me really masterful at what I do because I never rest on my laurels. I'm always open. I'm always questioning. I'm always willing to grow, always willing to tell the truth and be vulnerable. If any of you haven't signed up for my newsletter, you just go to my main site, allanapratt.com, and there's some complimentary trainings there for men and for women. And that gets you into my world and on my newsletter list. I'm very honest with my community. I do not have it all together. And I'm willing to always get back up when I fall down. And I teach you how I did it. And that hopefully inspires you to stop judging yourself or blaming yourself or others or staying in any loops of shame or blame. And that you have the power too. My God, if I can do it, you can do it, okay? And when we're in it together, like in this community, that is how we can do it even faster with more fun and more ease. Okay, so for those of you that came on later, I'm not sure if you heard, this is going to be the last YouTube live. So getting together every week on YouTube, this is going to be the last week, because next week I'm going to start it over on what's called Patreon, and that is where we're going to be having our live chats. It's going to be a monthly subscription, but we'll be meeting weekly. So every single week we'll be here together, and it's only $9.99 a month. And this is going to be a way that I'm able to provide coaching to a larger community at a very inexpensive rate. And so you go to allanapratt.com/join. You can do that right now. And that way you are in like Flynn, and we'll be able to meet like this on a regular basis. And I'll be able to be there for you and answer your questions in a very inexpensive, regular way. Okay, allanapratt.com/join. Okay, cool. So, it's no disrespect taken, Thomas. I'm a good receiver. You know, and this is an interesting point that I'll bring up. To receive love, to receive money, to receive success, to receive miracles is to be open and receive. But if we only open and receive this much because we don't want to be hurt, we don't want to be disrespected, we don't want to be taken advantage of, how much room is there for love and money and success to come through? Not very much, okay? So one of the keys of having an intimate relationship with yourself, that you've got your own back, is that you can receive it all. Now, if somebody was a total asshole, and I probably wouldn't read it, I would ignore it. Or if I did read it, because I wasn't reading ahead, I would receive it. I would speak my truth. If it didn't contribute to me, right? The old me used to be, that's mean, and you're mean, and poor me, and that didn't work very well. So now I'm open to receiving it all. And if it serves me, I bring it into my sweet little heart. And if it doesn't, okay, I have a choice. Nobody's doing anything to me. No circumstance is bigger than me. Nobody's words are going to change my opinion of me. But that takes some work. That's the inner intimate relationship I'm talking about, so that you know your worth. Doesn't have to do with your accomplishments. We have accomplishments, we have achievements, we gain things, we lose things. Those change all the time. Our worth is our worth, is our worth. That never changes, ever. The minute you are born and the minute's your last breath, your worth never changed. And I believe that you get another chance and you get another life. So even when you're in heaven floating around, your worth hasn't changed. But that's your job and your birthright to know. Not like a belief, like an affirmation you need to say 10 times, like integrated, embodied knowing. I am worthy of anything I choose. And I am the creator of my own life. That's the intimate relationship I'm talking about. And when you go through life with this knowing, it's not like I prefer people to be assholes to me, but I really don't care. It doesn't take me off center for very long before I come back. And I have a process in my book, chapter 3 in my book, the 7 steps, allanapratt.com/7 steps, the number 7 steps. Week 3 is about little you. My little you in the beginning, whenever she was sad or mad or scared or insecure, I'd tell her to shut up, hit her with a 2x4, stick her in the closet, and put on a happy mask. I'm fine. Totally fake, right? And she was not so happy, right? So now when somebody's mean, I bring her over and I go, hey, they were mean, huh? I love you. I don't care what they think. I see you. I don't care that that client didn't sign up. I don't care that the money is this, that, or the other. I don't care, whatever. I'm here. I've got your back. I believe in you. We got this. This is this inner intimate relationship with self that allows you to be braver than normal, more confident than normal, take risks, receive, be, shine, be free, be authentic. Like, oh my God, otherwise it's just so much work. It's just so easy to be who you are. That's just so easy. It's so hard to have to go, oh, what should I say? Who should I be? Exhausting. Yeah? Okay, let me read a few more of these and I'm watching the time. Okay, we got a couple more minutes and then I need to go get prepared for my next client. Oh, good, more specific about the alpha male. Good. I guess to be more specific, do you prefer the alpha male or beta male type? Both have pros and cons. Here's another lesson. There is equal support and challenge in everything in life, okay? An alpha male will have some qualities that I might really like and some other qualities that might annoy the shit out of me. A beta male might have some qualities I really like and some other qualities that annoy the shit out of me. There is no home run here. There's no way you're going to get out without pain or challenge. No way. It's time to wake up. And it's not like there's this perfect fantasy life where you're always happy and this perfect thing where you never have to work out again. And it's all a farce. It's time to be mature and conscious. Everything is always going to have equal support to challenge. Everything. Even the moment my mom died. Not a fun moment. A lot of pain. But equally was, oh my God, she's out of pain. She had cancer. She's free. The moment my son was born, oh my God, he was looking in my eyes for the very first time after kicking my belly for all those months. I'm looking at his eyes. I've never felt a bliss more deep than that. And right along with it, shit, How do I keep him alive? He could die. So it was like equal. Every moment is equal. So there's no better for alpha or beta. It's just, what do you choose? What works for you? Just choose what works for you and don't worry about what other people think. Don't do what other people do. Do what's true for you. And if you don't know what's true for you, aha, time to have a deeper, intimate relationship with yourself, right? Listen, trust, know, honor. Yeah, awesome. It shows I love just to listen to your videos. When I need advice, you will definitely be the one I come to. Perfect. Well, I really encourage you to come and be with me every single week. I don't know if you were on a minute ago when I mentioned allanapratt.com/join is how from this moment forward, every single Thursday, I'm going to be live with you guys, answering your questions, inspiring you, loving you. I'm so glad you feel my love. That's so sweet. Because when people ask me, what do I do? Sometimes I do the whole song and dance. You know, I'm an intimacy expert and I help people with when they're challenged. And another time they just go, I love people. That's what I do. I am paid to love people. I have the best job on the planet. I just love people. And I do. I love my clients. I love them. They're my family. You guys are my family. I tell you everything. And I give you everything. Yeah. And so I would be grateful to receive your valuing of that as we get together every single week through Patreon, allanapratt.com/join, so I can be there for you and let me love you. Sweet. Yes, Luis knows this, Monsieur from Paris, who started our call. You need a healed heart to receive. Absolutely. To receive love, to receive money, to receive miracles, to receive more self-worth, and that will be mirrored by the planet, right? It's all energy, people. And we need a healed heart. And if we don't have an open heart, we deflect everything. And then we feel very alone. And it is scary when you're alone. But when your heart is open, you're connected with self and the divine and your intuition. And you might be alone, but you'll never be lonely again. Let me tell you, that feels so good. It feels so good, especially through the holidays, right? Okay, I am needing to go because I have another client. And such great answers regarding alpha versus beta. Love it. Oh, I'm so glad that made a difference. Good. You have not worn your necklace today, but you still shine. Oh, thank you. I do like necklaces, but this kind of has this neck piece, and I thought necklace and this too much, right? But and I've got all these balls in the back, so I'm like, this is enough. This is enough. So thank you for your fashion advice. And somebody didn't expect that answer, but I should have guessed from how open-minded you are. Oh, thank you. Hopefully open-minded, open-hearted. I am a little different than other coaches. I refuse to judge. I don't hold back. I love you unconditionally. I tell it like it is. I try to use humor and tenderness. And I don't like to play by the rules. And I like to swear. And I will never give up on you, ever. Nothing will ever, I will always have your back. Like, I am unwavering. I care like a brick wall with big wings, like an angel. So until next week, I will see you at allanapratt.com/join. And let's just take this holiday, make it the best ever, and go through into the best year of our life, okay? Let's choose it, because we have to choose it. You can't just want it. That pushes it away. Got to choose it. Got to be willing to have it. And everything that comes up in the way of you having it, let's clear it away week after week so that you can receive it. And then let's celebrate the shit out of you for all the results you're going to have, all right? Okay, I'll see you next Thursday. I love you with all my heart. Mwah.